Alright, hello everyone. I live, I exist. I'm gonna load us in now. Hello everyone. I am Triblade, back today with some more Minecraft. Today is Minecraft Realm Play number 25. And what we are going to be doing today is actually doing the construction for the lighting on our wall. Real quick, I need to mute, sorry. I sound congested? I am. It is currently raining here, which means it's what? It's low pressure? Low pressure? Anyway, whenever I should have tried to sleep first. Whenever the pressure changes, my sinuses throw a hissy fit. And so it started raining here yesterday? Yesterday or the day before, so I've been like this ever since. Are you okay? Perfectly fine. Just jacked sinuses from the weather. Normally, I would use nasal spray at this point, so I don't sound so congested, and so I'm not so congested. But I only use, like, I get nasal, like, I have prescription nasal spray. I have two of them, in fact. But I use them so little each year that I, A, never get through a whole bottle, and B, by the time I need them again, they've gone bad. So I have to stop somewhere and get some at some point soon. Probably today. Excuse me. So yeah, fun stuff. This can come over here and go in there. And now we can go over to the wall. And I will demonstrate what I have done to it. Because I did some stuff in between the now and the then. I also continued sorry about that. I've also continued looking into new audio equipment for like a microphone and such. And I've basically settled on what I'm gonna get whenever I get around to getting it. But that's gonna be a long time in the futures. Allergies aside, I'm excited for the cold and rainy weather, though. That's good for you. I wish it would never go away and just stay away. Solidly not a fan. So we have, of course, that, which is there from last time. But if we walk around this way, you'll see that this too now has stairs. It's got the pillars. It's got more stairs. And so I went and I finished the wall all the way around. Well, finished this portion of the wall all the way around. Still haven't found the time to work on that because I was too busy trying to get the top done. I have to blow my nose again. By the way, that's kind of going to be part of the course for this stream. Lots of me blowing my nose. So, look forward to it. Yeah, I did this in between the now and the then. I got this all set up. And ooh, that's fine. It's gonna be we're gonna have to fiddle and modify stuff as we go to make it so everything fits right. Because oh, I forgot stairs there. Because short of there's stuff like this and short of like finagling the whole thing, which I really kind of just don't want to do. This is just kind of how it be. I did that. I put stairs all along here and all the way around. So this has now been done up and readied. So this is ready for the next stage. I also need to put stairs here, apparently. I thought I had done that already, but apparently I was wrong. So this is all ready for the next stage, which is gonna be today's stream, which is gonna be putting lights up that, which is gonna be putting all the lighting things on, so like these, and maybe even some stuff in the floor, but those are gonna be the primary source of light. So let's go and get our stuff together and start McStartin'. I also wanted to try something. Something hit me that might look nice. Well, we'll just wait to do those. I was sitting there thinking in my thinker, and I thought that maybe using chiseled stone bricks for the blocks under these might look nice, like just these ones. Might give it some difference, variety. I don't know. I kind of like it. But I think we'll stick with the stone bricks for now. And do that as a fit and finish thing later. I also need to make loads more fence. Well, that's the thing to think about, and we might try later. Because once again, I kind of don't feel like swapping all these out just yet. So let's get to the getting. What, 3? Yeah. And then in one, right? Yep. We're gonna need scaffolding. Can't even see it, lol. Trust me, it looks better when you can see it. So, it's fine. Just imagine the most beautiful block you've ever seen, and that's just what it's gonna look like, what it looks like. Yeah. No. I thought that was gonna fall, so I jumped for it. It's fine. Continue building straight like that. It's gonna be boom, 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 boom. Right, like that. Yep. That's going great. Boom. Boom. I was also contemplating the idea, whilst I was doing this and looking into new audio equipment and capture cards and such. I was contemplating the idea of... So, listen? Okay. Alright, I'll listen first and then you can listen. I watched the archive for Mountain Blade Wednesday. Okay, okay, okay. I follow, I follow. You need a lot more bricks than I thought. Let's go get to the brick getting. We're also going to put up a thing right here. That should be good. That's perfect. And I have to say, you said something so funny and so true. Alright, hit me up. What was my funnily true statement? I don't know what I expected, but I got what I deserve. Yeah. Oh, was that was in reference to me going into that siege, wasn't it? Yeah, that wasn't my best bit of bitness. But to be fair, if you're not hated by one of the factions, you should be able to go into a town that's under siege and, like, do the normal stuff, like sell stuff, hit up the tavern, that kind of goodness. I swear. This needs to go up some. But you are hated. Listen, I totally forgot about that. Listen, they didn't send anyone after me. So my brain just kind of went whoop, and threw that knowledge out the window. So it's fine. And it's fine. Yeah, that's gonna bring me to something that I was gonna bring up imminently before I was interrupted. But you know, in the meantime of me doing this, like that crap, I was, like I said, looking into new audio equipment because what I'm using now is 7 or 8 years old. I think it might be 7 years old. And while that doesn't necessarily mean anything in general, what it does mean is one space, one. That's gonna look messed up. What it does mean is that the microphone I'm currently using could be at the end of its lifespan. So it's time to start thinking about new stuff. And while I was thinking about that, I thought I was, looking at capture cards and I was thinking, hey, maybe I should give Mountain Blade a break since it's making me unhappy. And I can't seem to get any of my info right because I normally play on a mod. And I forgot the mod for the Let's Play, but I didn't realize it till late. Anyway, sorry for interrupting. That was just so crazy. You kept going toward it and I'm like, but they hate you. They're the ones that hate you. Go anywhere else. And alas, you went there. Listen. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Listen, here's what I was doing. I was thinning the herd for my grand master plan. Because the next stream of that is just gonna be me sitting in a tavern doing nothing. You'll hear, I'll be there. And I'll be doing something, but I just won't be playing the game. You'll hear scribbling in the background of me doing homework. But also, like I said, they hadn't sent anyone after me. And normally? normally you hear stuff from them. Like, they do something to let you know that they still hate you or whatever. Oh, you'll be like, whatever that word is, girl. Yeah, that. I'll just be whatever that is. It's just gonna be me sitting in a tavern, passing time so I can get money. Anyway, as I was saying, I was thinking about putting Mount & Blade on a back burner, so to speak, and doing something with a linear storyline. It'll be one of those ambiance streams. I love those. Yeah, ambiance streams. I'm gonna have to think about what to do here. And just, like I said, like, raking in cash. But I was thinking, like, I forgot where it was, but I was thinking about doing something with a more linear storyline than what I'm currently doing. So those are all in line. So I think we might switch to one wide things here. And there I go. Like what? See, I don't know, because I was thinking of games that I haven't played that have a kind of linear storyline. And that basically restricts us. I'm going to harvest some pumpkins real quick while I talk about this. That basically restricts me to Oblivion, because I was looking through my thing, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the Metro games, which is Metro 23, Metro Last Light, and whatever the recent one is. And I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, there's my whole stash of anime games that I haven't played through, but I don't really know that I want to play those on stream. There's also, since they're on sale, I was thinking about them. There's a couple of the games from the EDF series are on sale. I gotta put this back, otherwise it's gonna irk me. Hey, that's cool. You have item frames for the tools. Cool. Yeah. Just put them there and then you can bop them when you need them. I was trying to think of games that, because it's not really fun. Well, I would kind of find it fun. It's not necessarily the best experience for producing content. Because when you're doing content like this, you want something that you like. Well, this is a bad example because this is Minecraft, but you kind of want something that you kind of haven't done. So, like, if I were to play through, say, one of the Modern Warfare games or something, that wouldn't be quite the same, because I've played through all of them, and I've played through all of them several times. So the ideal thing would be a game I haven't played, which is basically those of the ones I have, or the EDF games. Which EDF, if you don't know what that means, that stands for Earth Defense Force, which is a game where you go around. How awful is that going to look from the front? Those are definitely better, but we can't do those on certain bits. If you get a capture card, you could do Nintendo games you haven't played. See, the thing is that's what I was thinking. But I don't... Actually, hold on. One moment, please. Does this even have power? Yes, it does. Okay. So I was... Oh, no, it doesn't have power. I was gonna look through all the games I had on my Switch, but it's dead. Because I was thinking about that, because I was thinking about getting a capture card, because that would be the immediate issue for, like, content creation. That would be a mass improvement for me, would be a capture card. Because I already have a decent microphone that isn't trash. It picks up every noise ever made. What about a game you've played with a challenge, or Gears of War? Alright, Gears of War, kind of immediately not interested in. I was thinking of that, too. Like, trying to beat one of the old Modern Warfares or something on Veteran or something. That's gonna be the same level, yeah. Oh, those are the same level, hold on. I lost my complete train of all of my train of thought because of that. I was thinking about that too. But I was thinking about the capture card thing because I could get... What are the games that I haven't really played, that I don't remember playing much? How expensive are capture cards? I don't know much about them. The one I was looking at, which is one of the kind of higher quality ones, is like $250. But that will do 60 frames a second and 4K. And thinking ahead, you know, in the future, because people said it, you know, they lasted a good amount of time. You know, 4K is going to become like the new 1080p, because in the olden days of doing YouTube and stuff, if you had 720p, you had like some of the best quality in the world. But nowadays, 1080p, like 720p is good. 720p is kind of like the low standard, whereas 1080p is kind of the standard. And soon enough, it's going to be 4K is going to be the standard. Especially with new graphics cards and stuff coming out that are increasingly more, what's the word? Efficient. So thinking forward, it would be best to get that. And that would enable me to do pretty much whatever I wanted to for a while. But of course, it is expensive. But it would be compatible with every system there is. Pretty much every system there is. And if not, I could jury rig an adapter or something. But the game I was thinking about getting it for that I think that would be fun was Super Mario 64. Which is a game I played during my childhood. But I never got past like the first level because I was not interested in it. Also, it was at a friend's house, so I didn't actually own it. But they just released that, well, re-released technically, that for the Switch. But they do have other capture cards, like I could get from the same company I was looking at for the capture card I was just talking about. They do have 1080p 60 FPS ones that are like 150-ish, I think. But once again, if 4K, I almost said 480. Gosh dang it. If 4K, I'm going to sit here and take a drink after I finish a sentence. If 4K kind of becomes the standard, I'm kind of in the low standard, which means some people might look at my content, look at the fact that, oh, this is only in 1080p, not in 4K whatever. I'm going to go away. Because there, you know, tons of people that do that. Now, the biggest thing that pushes people away is audio quality. on that note. Because people don't want to, like you're hearing now, people don't want to be able to hear everything in the background. They want to hear you and they want to hear the game. But video quality is also something that comes into play with that. Which is why my current streams are, you know, while I could probably right now be doing some crazy mod pack thing, like absolutely insane, which would be debatably more entertaining than vanilla Minecraft, I don't know that I could stream it at 1080-60. I could probably record it at 1080-60, but I don't know about streaming it. But, you know, fun content decisions and trying to do my best so that if people come, they do, you know, stay, and if they do leave, it's not because of the quality, like the video or audio quality. Because I'm kind of one of those people that walks into a channel, and if I hear, like, billions of, for the most part, if I hear background noise and stuff, I kind of don't want to stay because background noise annoys me. But a capture card would give me more variety of content that I would be able to produce. Like I could do Call of Duty streams if I wanted to. But even if I do get a capture card or something like that, well, it's going to be a few weeks before I even get one, but even when I get one, it probably won't be used too terribly often because that's going to take more prep time. Can I not place one on there? No, I can't. If they leave, it'll just because of your personality then? Yeah. That's something I can't control, but what I can control, I would like it to, you know, not be that. But I mean, personality isn't really something that you can change. So they're just gonna have to cry and go away. Be out of my sight. I kinda wanna run back and look at this, 'cause this is looking, I think it looks pretty sweetness. But yeah, capture cards are expensive and a thing that might happen. I think one game that would be of debatable funness to stream and to play is a game that I actually, within reason, really like for kind of what it is Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I personally think is pretty fun. But it's also, like, a heavily mature game. So I don't know that I would necessarily want to like play that on the stream. So, you know. But I think I've been thinking, and I think I might, Human Fall Flat. You see, the thing about that is I thought the same thing. But the fun of Human Fall Flat and, like, watching people do it is watching them struggle with the puzzles. And I already know how to do all of the puzzles. Can I make this into stone bricks in here? Yes, I can. So that wouldn't be as fun. Like, the whole point... I'm gonna run it and get more stone. Like, the whole point of me doing something like that... Actually, wait, there's more stone over here. The whole point of me, like, getting a capture card and doing something like that would be to make, like, new, fresh content that I've never played before. Because the reactions to that are kind of more genuine and more entertaining. So doing something like Human Fall Flat, or even one of the games that I really like, say, Star Wars Republic Commando, which we might do at some point, because that's a really fun one. And relatively quick, and has a decent linear campaign. You know, the best option would be to do something that would have new reactions from me. There's more than one way to solve each one. You could challenge yourself not to solve any in a way you have before. True, but that would also maybe turn into me just sitting there mumbling to myself, looking at a puzzle. That's one of the things I was talking about for background noise. There's a lot of people down there. There's like helicopters and stuff that will, like those in particular, will push people straight away. Have help then? Maybe. We're gonna roll with that for now and see how far that gets us. But there are other games I was thinking about, but I just can't remember them. But I think it'd be kind of fun to play. Excuse me. The EDF games at some point. Because those are pretty funny to watch. Because of their extreme ragdoll physics and, like, the nonsensical nature of them. Make them pretty easy and pretty fun. Is that the bugs? Yeah. The two newest ones are on sale for 10 and 30 bucks on Steam right now. So I could get those dirt cheap. Especially compared to, like, what I would have to pay to get, Super Mario 64 on the Switch. Which would be 60 bucks. I don't own a cartridge of that for my N64, and even then, that still kind of... well, that wouldn't be a big problem for quality, it'd just look funky. But the newer ones also have, like, weird things, like I think in EF 4.1? Which is the second newest. The newest is 5. You can get one of the classes lets you call in, like, armored vehicles. And every one of them has, like, not from a specific anime or something, but they all have, like, anime-themed skins. Which is pretty funny to think about. But those are pretty fun to play and watch. But I think before I would move on to them, I would try to do, like... Alright, here's where the trouble comes in. Did I goof? No. None of these are goofed. Like that. Is it that way? No. Alright, we might mess with this a little bit. And by might, I mean we are. I'm also trying to remember who I saw play them. But there's cool stuff like that. But before I do that, I think I would rather... Man, I completely lost my train of thought there. Before I do something like that... Oh, there's a fox getting bullied. I think I would kind of prefer to play through the games that I already have. So, like, the Metro games and such like that. But the Metro games would be something easy to do, or relatively easy rather, to do a challenge in, because you can just set it to hard mode, where you have to start thinking about inventory management and ammo management and such like that. What is Metro? So Metro is set in Russia. 2033 takes place in 2033, and what it is a demon incursion causes humanity across the globe pretty much to go underground, and the reason it's called Metro is because all the people live in metros underground. And so what it is, 7 Days to Die, because it's kind of different every time. That's true. Though... See, the thing about 7 Days to Die is I really like it, and it's really fun to play. And I think that would be a good one, especially from the difficulty standpoint. But the problem is that's not... I need to look into it more. I'm running to get stairs, by the way. Is on the PC version in one of the recent updates, unless they took you, unless I took it out, there's a couple zombies that have no top on. So I don't really know that I wanna stream that just yet. Is that the one where you can only go forward with the trains and codes? No. That is something different. Can't remember what that's called, but no. Metro is people live in the metros because they've been forced there by demons. And you play as... What is his name? Is his name Artyom? Artyom, I think. And your goal is to kind of, like, find where the demons came from and kill them. Oh, stupid topless zombies? Yeah. So I don't necessarily know that that's something that I want to put on my channel, because I know some people stream it, but I don't know, like, if there's a setting or a mod, or if YouTube doesn't care, because it's not like you can just see it. They have, like, their skin is painted because of the type of zombie they are. So it's not immediately obvious, but upon further inspection, like, if you get close to them, or you zoom in on them with something, and you're, you know, relatively close, that's just what you get a face full of. But as you go through Metro, like, as you play through it, you see various places. You get to visit the surface. I've played through some of the first one, but, like, you can there's a couple basic weapons, and you can modify them, and you can do a couple different things. I have to mute because my nose is full of crap. Sorry. And you have to worry about stealth, because not only are there demons that you have to worry about fighting, there are other factions of humans that you have to worry about fighting. It's overall, I'd say, a really fun game. But I don't know where I was going with that, but Was I going? I don't think I was going anywhere with it. Excuse me. But, you know, I'm trying to... Excuse me. As it stands for the next few weeks... Hold on. Sort of sorry about that. As it stands for the next few weeks, I can really only stream in the 3 time zone, in the 3, like, areas that I already do stream. So, something would have to get cut out as it stands. Which would probably be Mountain Blade for the time being. And then we would either come back or more likely start a new playthrough and just act like this current one never happened. I didn't want to do it like that. So, you know, fun stuff, because that is what those look like over here. But I definitely think, I'll have to look into it, but I definitely think 7 Days to Die would be something that would be really fun to stream. Because that's something where I can, like, change the difficulty really precisely as I go, and such like that. Okay, I did those wrong. What? Okay. I see where I've gone wrong. So, you know, stuff like that. But I think the Metro games might be something that I introduce into the content curriculum soon. Curriculum. Or other games as I see them and think about them. But once again, you know, I'm gonna keep an eye out and check around. And I might try to get a capture card for cheap. You know, a decent one that isn't potato. Will there be a quiz? There might be. That's a good idea. Start quizzing people on the game after we finish it. That'd be pretty good. Nope, let's don't get that. Why that? I don't know, I think the Metro games might be fun. Those would probably be my best bet as it stands. That or I'd have to go looking through. One game I was really thinking about playing, which I would have to like try to find a disc of it. That I have that I cannot remember a single thing except this one room in the game, was GoldenEye 007 for the GameCube PS. I think it was the GameCube or the Xbox original. I can't even I know I have a copy floating around somewhere, but I cannot remember the first thing about it, which would make it a pretty good candidate. And there's also the fact that the controls for old games are not great, so you could see me struggle with that. Actually, maybe I remember a little bit more than the one room. But there's this one room in the game, and I cannot remember what it was for, but there's this one room, and it's just all red. Like, the entire room is, like, blood red for some reason. And you have to go through and clear it, and I very distinctly remember, for some reason, running through there with dual shotguns. And, like... I don't remember if I killed anything. I just remember running into the room with dual shotguns. And that's just all I remember. But, you know, fun stuff. Capture card, like I said, would also enabled me to do Call of Duty streams, since I play that on my Xbox. And I kind of, while I could, in theory, stream it from my Xbox, that kind of falls into the quality thing where, like, I could, and it could do, oh, excuse me, it could do 720p 30 frames a second, which wouldn't necessarily be bad. It also isn't necessarily good. Excuse me. And I also don't know how well that would look as an archive. Which I have to double check my archives now, because I might need to mess with settings in case they're not quite as nice looking as they're meant to be. Because I upped the bit rate to try to improve the quality of them. And I know that kind of worked, but I also might need to mess with latency settings on my end. But who knows? Not me yet. I was also thinking of other older games to try and stream, because that could kind of get, like... Oh, that wolf's going at it. That could give me the, like, that could get me... I don't want to necessarily say out there more, but it could, like... If people go searching for, like... a game from their childhood or something, and mine is the one that pops up, that could gain me some people. So I've been thinking about doing some retro games and such too. What I was really thinking about doing, though, was seeing how hard it would be to get an Atari on a capture card. Which that's probably, like much of the videos I watch, it just turns into adapter after adapter after adapter after adapter. Because Ataris, for those of us that are uninitiated or unknowing, Ataris don't have the little audio video cables, which are the blue, white, red cables. Blue, white, I can't even remember colors anymore. Yellow, white, and red cables. They use a coaxial cable to hook in, and that's how they output video. But I don't think pretty much any capture card nowadays would have a coax cable input. I don't think pretty much any ever would have a coax cable input, really. So, you know, fun stuff. I'm gonna go run and make more stairs. This is looking pretty sweet up here. Gotta do something with that bit though. I'll do that at some point. And a coax cable, for those that do not know, is the cord you would screw into a cable TV or even satellite TVs, the little round cable that threads on, or even into the back of a modem or router, can't remember which, but one of those. That's a coaxial cable. And back in the olden days, I was going around to my base or something, but I can't quite remember what. Oh, I wanted to make lanterns and stuff, because that's something so we're going to do in the last couple of minutes is get the front done. Back in the olden days, that was cutting edge. That was the HDMI of the era. And so it also has outputs for hooking up to an antenna receiver, because even before coaxial cable, you had these two little... Now this part don't quite hold me too, but you had two little tabs, and they would take over where the antenna would come in on an old TV. So an old TV, you had the antenna that sat on top. It would output onto two tabs, and those would have two matching posts, or screws rather, on the TV side. And so Ataris have those outputs as well. I wasn't here for... I do need coal. But that's just weird and not really helpful to anyone. That's just fun information that I have floating around. I can keep stuff like that straight, but I can't keep which faction hates me straight. So, you know, you can see where my priorities are. But if I were to do that, it would literally turn into just a stream of Frogger. Now that would be great. Good old day, like the good old days of me and my friends having fights to see who could get farther in Frogger. Them's the good old days. Let's make some more lanterns before we get going. Alright, we can make another half stack of these, so we'll do that. Oop. Let's go get some of these up so we can see what it'll actually look like for the most part. I'm trying to think of other things that output like that. I know Pong did, but Pong technically predates the Atari. PC Engine, maybe? Or like a Sega Saturn or something might. I'm trying to remember what consoles come in between the Atari and like the NES. I can't remember. But, you know, trying to get, because the capture card I was looking at has HDMI inputs, and for the most part nowadays that's the standard. And so if you want to do something older, you either use an HDMI cable or you get an adapter. So I would have to like do weird things, but that'd be really cool too. Adapter fun. Though that would also get me content. Could do a video on how to hook up an Atari to a capture card. But, you know, fun stuff that's possibly happening, possibly not happening in the future. Alright. See, this looks sweet. That's a flawless design. Let's do the others. And on the ones on the corner here, we're just gonna do that. Cause that's gonna be low enough and close enough not allow mobs to spawn. There was also, what was one? There was one, was it Gek? I think it was Gek. Was a game I played when I was younger on my PS1. Which Gek was a parkour game? I think. I can't remember, but that could be cool. That's another one of those weird old games that would probably get me some pretty sweet content. So, you know, fun stuff. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna finish placing the lanterns around along here, and then I think that's where we're gonna end the stream for today. 'Cause I have things to do. As crazy as that may seem. To go do charity work of sorts. Loose term that. Alright. Let's take one quick run along here, and then we'll do my ending spiel. That should put us right on time. Doesn't this look sweet? This is like peak castle wall. You can't get better than this. This is fantastic. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. We might have to do something in the low spots here. I was thinking about putting like struts across these. Kind of like, maybe not necessarily that straight, but kind of like that. And then hanging lanterns from them, but that can wait till the end. But we also might just put like redstone lamps down here or something. But with that being said, I'm concerned about the empty corner though. Same. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll round that corner when we come to it. Anyway, with that being said, that is going to be the end of today's stream. I thank you very much for watching. Once again, my name is Triblade, if I can get my words right. I stream 3 times a week as it stands. Mondays and Fridays are Minecraft, and Wednesdays are Mount & Blade Warband, though Wednesdays might soon turn into something else for a bit. Don't know. All of my streams are live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, whether that be daylight or standard. If just look up Eastern Time. I think we're GMT plus. Are we plus 4? We might be plus 8. I don't know what we are. words, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video up to this part, do feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I, of course, thank you to the people who have liked and subscribed already. They, of course, help to grow the channel. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Thank you very much for